It was good to be back again. This is I think it's the fourth trading week or the fifth. I'm not even sure, but it's another trading week. So I only took two trades this week, right? Both on Euro USD once again. And yeah, man, let's get straight into these trades. So price action here is very nice, a very clear price action, right? Price left a fair value gap here to a bearish fair value gap here and mitigated this. I think it was an order block on the daily time frame or the 4 hour time frame. So it was a very high probability order block as well. And yeah, after it mitigated this order block and started to rally, it left this clear buy side liquidity here. And that was my point of interest. So what I was waiting for is for price to sweep this buy side liquidity and form a market structure shift so I could sell, right? On the 15-minute time frame, this is how it looks like, right? Once price swept this equal high, or now swept this buy side liquidity, it formed a market structure shift, and then I just waited for a fair value gap to enter off. So this is the 5-minute time frame, and price it was very sloppy, like all of this Mickey Mouse movement again. And the worst thing is, it didn't even reach my target. I know it looks like hit my TP here, but it really didn't. Like, what is this? Are you seeing like this is? I measured it on Trading View, and this was like 0.10 pips, and it didn't even take me out. So yeah, I ended up making profit still because I had to eventually close the trade myself. But when I closed my trade, it wasn't down here. It was rallying, and I was like after what happened to me last week or 2 weeks ago, when I let that trade just do its thing and it reversed on me and hit my SL, I was like, nah, I'm not gonna let that happen again. So when I saw this BS happening, I was like, nah. And when price started to rally from this point on, I just closed it and I was like, you know what, never mind. I'm just gonna take the L. I mean, I still made profit, but it wasn't as much as it should have been, right? But can't complain. This is how the markets can be, I guess. So what I'm gonna do from now on is I'm just gonna like when I have my TP, like if this is my TP, for example, I'm gonna make sure my TP is like 3 or 4 pips above that, just to make sure that it doesn't happen because this is starting to get very frequent. I feel like they're watching me. I'm not even sure how they're keeping up with this. Like why they even keep on doing this or why this is even happening. So yeah, man, that was the first trade. It was still a good trade regardless. Very easy and clear setup. Aside from some sloppy market structure or price action, it was still a good trade, right? So after price reached that low that I was targeting, it managed to take out that low, but it was way after I closed the trade. It was like around Asian session, but it still managed to take the low out. And as that happened, it was actually like price was actually starting to rally, and this is exactly what you see here. This is the day after, so I was already thinking like, all right, yesterday was or the day before was a very bearish, like a very bearish day, a very deep bearish day, and seeing price how it's moving right now, we might expect a retracement, right? So I was looking for buys. So on the 1 hour time frame, it's very clear, right? The day before, I was waiting for this high to get swept, and then I targeted this low. This low got taken out, and then price started to rally, right? Now, when price took these highs out, it actually left a fair value gap behind here, a fair value gap on the 1 hour time frame. And I saw, I mean, I already marked this fair value gap the day before, right? So what I was thinking is I knew this was a retracement. It's very clear, right? But I thought the retreat, or I was looking for the retracement to be into this fair value gap, into this 4 hour fair value gap, right? So when price was here, this was around just a little before London session. So yeah, I was expecting this move to happen at London's or during London session. I was just waiting for price to come back, mitigate this fair value gap on the 1 hour time frame, and then rally up to this fair value gap on the 4 hour time frame. And then obviously I was expecting for price to sell off here again. So my original trading idea was actually to sell at this fair value gap. I was actually looking to go long here and then short there, right? Now on the 5 minute time frame, this was during London kill zone. As you guys can see, price came into that fair value gap, into the 1 hour fair value gap. So I was just waiting for a market structure shift to the upside and then a fair value gap that I could enter off. So as price came into my fair value gap, it didn't go back up anymore. So wait, here's where it came into the fair value gap, taking out these lows, and here was the market structure shift, and here was the fair value gap that I put my limit on, this one right here. But price just went down, took my SL out, and then kept on going down. And this was another very bullish, very bearish day, very very bearish. And yeah, man, basically lost the profit that we made the day before. If it was to, like, if that 0.10 pips BS didn't happen, then this trade wouldn't even have made a difference. But since the profit wasn't that big and we made this loss, I actually lost my profits. So right now I'm at break even for this week, and these were the only two trades that I took. So yeah, man, no win, no profits, no loss, just break even, neutral for the week. I'll see you guys at the next trading week. Peace.